What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today, I just woke up. I just saw that we got UA support last night, which is incredible. Actually incredible. This is something that, like, I've been thinking for, like, years. Like, ever since I saw UA, it was, like, 2 years ago, I guess, like, 3 years ago when I started getting back into the game, and I was like, man, UA needs some help. Help this deck out, Konami. And we finally see it here. This is awesome. I think this archetype looks clean. Hopefully the support does it some good old justice, but we'll have to see on that. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. I don't want to waste too much time rambling because we got a couple cards here. So starting off with the first monster, it's level 4, man. That's exactly what the deck needed. This is UA Libero Spiker. A level 4 Earth Warrior effect monster with 18 air attack, 18 air defense. Actually, some banging stats. 18/18 on a level 4 is really good. Okay. He reads, you can special summon using the procedure written in the first effect only once per turn, and you can use the second effect of this card's name only once per turn. So 2 hard once per turns, essentially. First effect, you can special summon this card from your hand by returning one UA monster you control to the hand. We know that. That's just exactly how the deck works. Yeah, all the monsters do that. Second effect, during your opponent's main phase, as a quick effect, you can shuffle one level 5 or higher UA monster from your hand into the deck, and if you do, special summon a UA monster with a different name from that monster straight from your deck, then return this card from your field to your hand. Okay, this is really clean. I think this is really good. Like, one, just it being a quick effect is like super good. Because if you can end on this plus like any of the decent ones, there's like one that's like a decent negator. There's one that's like a less good negator. So you could have the better negate on board, negate something, then as long as you had anything in hand, shuffle it back, get the other one, and like immediately get out your other disruption. It's really cool. There's a lot of utility here, just being able to tag out. It's only during your opponent's main phase, so it would be nice if it was during either player's main phase or either player's turn, but I'm not complaining. Like, this is exactly what we need, like, consistency-wise. We just needed another card to go with midfielder, and this is exactly it. It's midfielder, but a little bit extra. I will take this card all day long. This card is good. Next up, we have another big boy. This one's big, man. What is that, level 8? Okay. We have UA Playing Manager. He's a level 8 Earth Warrior effect monster, as always. 2,000 attack, 2,600 defense. So the stats aren't crazy if his effects are good. No monster stats seem to be crazy if their effects are good. Both of his effects are hard once per turn. First effect, if you normal summon or special summon a UA monster or monsters, you can special summon this card from the hand. That's really nice because the deck needed extenders. That's something that the deck has always really like wanted, is all of the UA monsters kind of swap, but none of them really like jump on additionally. So putting 2 on board in one turn has always been like kind of tough, actually. Like, unless you open like a really good hand in the deck. So that's like really nice. Second effect, if this card is special summon, you can activate one of these effects. Target one card on the field, destroy it, or negate the effects of all face-up monsters on the field. This card is clean. Okay, so particularly what's the cleanest about this card is that it pairs with this guy really nice because you just like pull him out of the deck as a quick effect on your opponent's turn. You're either popping a card or you're blanket negating your opponent's entire board. Both good effects. And even on your turn, you just summon him out just to be offensive, and then you pop another card, negate some monsters, and then you're able to like push for a lot of damage. I really think this is good extender. It doesn't have the swap effect, but I guess it's fine because he just jumps out of the hand. I like this one a lot. I think both monsters are hits. I think they're both covering big weaknesses that the deck had previously, and I will take that to the bank. Great start. Okay, next up we have UA Hyper Stadium, a new field spell. This card is also always treated as an FA card. Oh, so wow, they're combining FA and UA. Wow, that is interesting because we just saw this with the Phantom Knights and the Raid Raptor stuff from yesterday. As maybe there's a new direction they're trying to go for, but okay. You can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn. First effect, when this card resolves, you can add to your hand a UA monster from your deck, one FA monster from your deck, or one UA Stadium from your graveyard. go. If we've seen it once, we've seen it 1,000 times. A new field spell that searches stuff. This is just way more. This is just an extra awesome buff to consistency for UA. I'm actually stoked about this because like not only do we get the 3 of new monster that like we needed to like help midfielder and just see that combination more often, we have this guy. This guy's huge as well. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And for FAs, nice and consistent, getting their better cards more often. Second effect, you can reveal 1 field spell in your hand and pay 1,000 life points cost. During your main phase's turn, you can normal summon 1 UA or FA monster face up in addition to your normal summon or set. I will take that as well. It's another extender. We really only have 2 like monsters that you want to normal summon, being the new Libero Spiker as well as midfielder. But if you have multiple, it definitely helps you to be able to get both out. So the additional summon is actually pretty good. Takes a little bit, it's a kind of a janky effect, but the first effect I think is the main thing. It's just like really consistently getting you to either a normal summon or utility of any of the big boys that you wanted to get access to at that moment. So I think this card's great for FAs and UAs for sure. All right, then we have a quick play called UA Locker Room. This card is also always treated as an FA card. Oh, surprise. You can only activate one card of this card's name once per turn. First effect, or I guess only effect, target 1 UA or FA monster on your field or in your graveyard, return it to the hand, and if you do gain 500 life points, then you can apply the following effect. Okay, so quick effect is the targeting a UA or an FA on the field. The effect is you return it to hand and gain 500, and then you do another additional effect, which is reveal any number of UA and or FA monsters in your hand to your opponent, and if you do, shuffle those revealed cards into the deck, then draw cards equal to the number returned to the deck. Weird. Okay. This card's honestly not terrible because, like, well, all right, it's not great. I think it's somewhere in the middle, right? This card, I like that it can grab something from the graveyard and then still get you draws. You don't have to be bouncing stuff on your field into your hand, so like that's fine. The draw, it's like, if you're bouncing from field, it's a -1. If you're bouncing from grave, it's just a break even. But with UAs, we do happen to play, a decent amount of these higher level monsters that if you don't have one of the level 4s to like get them out of your hand and cycle them out of your hand, but they can just brick up really bad. So this card could be nice to just like when you do have those kinds of hands, being able to just throw those back in. This card isn't crazy searchable. I think it's only really searchable off of the trap, I want to say. But I guess in that situation, if you already had a handful of the big ones, wouldn't you just use the trap to send the other spell, the signing deal, just to get a level 4 from deck, and then you can just start like rotating them? I don't know. I think this card's okay. I was kind of hoping this would be disruption, like a quick effect, like, pop some cards, negate some cards, something like that. It's not. It's fine. I think it's okay. I don't think it's crazy. And then our last card here is UA MVP. This is a normal trap that's always also treated as an FA card. Who would have guessed? You can only activate 1 card of this card's name once per turn. It's a normal trap as well, so maybe trap trick? If a UA or FA monster you control destroys an opponent's monster by battle or inflicts battle damage to your opponent after damage calculation, you can special summon any number of UA and or FA monsters with different names from your hand and or graveyard in defense position. This one's just, I think this one's trying a little too hard. I think they got a little too overzealous with this one. I really wanted more disruption. That is one thing that we don't have here, is like, I think the deck will more consistently, I guess this guy paired with this guy is disruption. I think it's good. I think the first 3 cards are really good. I'm honestly not even sure if we are going to even consider playing the last 2 cards, but I think the first 3 are like so good for the archetype consistency wise and just being able to set up more disruptions that I think we might be all right anyway. So I think this is really, really cool. Honestly, I think this is another great addition to this set. Obviously, it's a little more targeted because UA and FA definitely aren't the most, beloved Yu-Gi-Oh archetypes, but every deck has their niche in like the Yu-Gi-Oh market. So I'm into it. I'm actually like, I've been enjoying every single card they've released so far. I'm actually like really liking this set. I think it's off to a crazy hot start in my opinion. But of course, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think? What do you think on this? How much better does this make UA or FA? I think the first 3 cards really help. The second 2, not as much. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I guess subscribe if you haven't. You want to stay up to date on all Yu-Gi-Oh news. I will see you next time. Peace.